Where do you see his ceiling?
Well, I don't think all we're worried about is what he does now. And I don't think there's any ceiling, mate. He can be the best winger in the world. Like he's shown at NRL, his last season, particularly at NRL, he showed he was the best winger in NRL. And generally the transition then to Test rugby probably been a bit slower than he would have liked, but there's basically no ceiling to him, mate.
You've got Sully and Marika, who probably aren't known for their kicking. Tom Wright, Cam. Do you think Hodge might drop back a bit? Where do you see that kicking?
Well, we'll just wait and see, mate. Obviously we've got to read that on the field, but both of those guys are capable of kicking. How well they kick, we'll find out.
How confident are you that James will be okay? Obviously there's a degree of risk there, a pretty formidable box pack if he does play. Are you confident? When will you make a call on that?
We'll give Slips as long as he needs. He's an important part of the team, important part of the leadership team, and at the end of the day, experienced player like Slips will know whether he's right to play.
Just the decision with Nick Frost to start. A lot of people thought Richie might get that gig. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, Frosty's had a good Super Rugby. Richie's come in. He's no doubt added to the team, and again, out of those two, we're going to get a good 80 minutes. Or out of those three, with Will Skelton, we'll get lots of good 80 minutes there.
And Blake Shot being come over, great story if he did play. When did that happen? Is he a chance? Is he preparing?
You got to cover contingencies, and if Slips isn't right, and as I said, we think he's going to be right, then Blake's ready to back up, and he's come in. He's like, a little puppy dog. He's just ripping into everything.
Did you make that call? Harry Johnson Holmes 4 years ago was at a pub in Sydney on the Wednesday and played a test in Joburg on the Saturday. Did you make that call? Was he in camp? Where he was?
I leave that to the general manager, mate.
Sure. Michael, must be an honour playing with your son tomorrow. Did you ever think you'd play with a Tom Hooper? And what have you made of Tom?
Mate, honestly, when we named our son, I didn't know there was a Tom Hooper playing for the Brumbies, and that's how quick he's come on, eh? Yeah. I've been super impressed with Junior. He's absolutely... I'm trying to start the nickname, but it's not catching on at the moment. Look, he's gotten a rap here from these two. I've been impressed with his mentality, his application of training and wanting to get better. So, the energy he's going to bring on the field, I'm going to feed off. It's going to be great.
You've played here a lot of times. What's your experience from playing out here, and what kind of wisdom do you impart on a younger group? A lot of guys haven't played here.
Embrace it. Embrace the challenge that we've got. What an opportunity to be the first team to win here in Pretoria, first Wallaby team to win here in Pretoria is a great opportunity to start off our campaign for the year. So the excitement's building nicely in our camp, and that's been largely what the talk's been about, this opportunity and how we can best seize that.
Come game day, who will be doing the talking on the field? Do you think you've worked out roles and how the code and the case is going to work?
Whitey will be doing the talking. He never stops. We've had some good conversations, hey? And we're working through that. Slips?
Yeah, no, spot on.
Are you looking at the breakdown and licking your lips? Because the pack that the Boks have selected is probably not the most mobile. They're very powerful, but they're probably not the quickest to get to where they need to be. Is there an opportunity for the team to take advantage of the ruck situation?
You know how important the ruck and the breakdown is at a test level. It's largely where the game's won and lost, alongside set piece. So it's certainly a focus for us to be really effective there. How that actually plays out, you can't say it's going to be a jackal or a turnover or a bomb through blast game, or if there's even going to be a huge amount of rucks. But we're prepared for whatever's going to come to the front on Saturday and try and seize that opportunity with what's presented to us.
Coach, I'll ask you a similar question. You look at that Springbok team, do you see anything that you can take advantage of?
Again, we're not really focused on the Springbok team. We respect whatever team goes out there. We know they're going to play tough for their country, but we're more worried about ourselves, mate.
Eddie, the first time you brought a Wallabies team out here was Loftus 22 years ago. It was part of a tough assignment because you had Loftus up at the Carriage. Is there anything from those days, because obviously back as well, that you can take out of that and apply now?
Yeah, well, we've really tried to to tackle the ghosts. You know, there's a lot of ghosts of Wallabies teams out there, and we've tried to tackle that. You know, we've tried to take on the concept of playing at altitude. We've tried to take on the concept of playing in a fierce crowd. You know, Pretoria is probably the loudest crowd you experience around the world. So we're looking forward to those and see what we can do in it. You know, we've got a new team, new captaincy, 4 young guys coming in. You know, a team that's never won in South Africa. So what a fantastic opportunity.